Today we are going to be starting our clay medallion. That is the awesome circle piece you see on this necklace. So at your table spots, you are going to have a piece of fabric so that the clay doesn't stick to the table. And you're going to get a piece of clay that you're going to have to flatten. So to flatten this clay piece, we are going to use our hands first, and we're going to kind of put them on top of each other and push as best as you can to get this clay flat. Right now is really chunky, and we don't want it to be this chunky and thick. We want to get it much skinnier. So you have some rolling pins at your table to use. These are tricky. My hands stay outside the rolling pin and they push and they roll. An adult will be around to help you with this part. You never want to slap this. You never want to put your hands inside the rolling pin. They always just stay on top. Now I've got this much flatter, but it's also stuck to my fabric. So I'm just going to peel this off the fabric just to make sure it's not stuck. Now I am going to cut it into a circle. So we're going to use yogurt lids to get this round shape. My yogurt lid is going to go with this writing down. And I'm going to use one of the tools on my tray to push and cut the clay. You can kind of hear it scraping on that fabric. This is just extra. I'm going to set it to the side. This is going to be my necklace piece. So you get to be the designer, and you get to use some of the tools on your tray to create some designs onto your necklace. So you can use the forks and knives and spoons and marker caps. If you put something in your clay that you do not want, you can just rub it away. So I could even start over. You will also find some cutters. We don't want to cut our clay, but you can still use these, and you can push them gently into your clay to get a really nice outline of an animal or a shape. I could even give that animal an eye, or I could add some extra hair to the tail. There are some rubber stampers that you can put and push into the clay. You really want to try to keep this clay circular. So you don't want to push so hard that it smushes off an edge. Accidents happen, so if that happens, just raise your hand and a teacher will come help you. If you push so hard with a tool that you get a hole in it, raise your hand and a teacher will come and help you. No biggie at all. So you have the rest of art class to create your clay medallion necklace. So as you can see on this one, I have created a lot of textures with the marker caps and the tools at my table. When you are all finished, I just want you to put your clay piece on the table by your mat. A teacher will be around to write your name on the back and also to poke a hole in the top. So that hole is going to help us so that we can put a piece of string on it. You can play with the extra clay while you wait for the teacher to come around and write your name. You can make anything you'd like with this extra clay, but we're not going to bake this in the kiln. This is just for a free time, and we will take all the extra clay at the end and reuse it for the next class. If you're all done with your clay, or you don't want to make anything, you can just leave this right at your spot, and a teacher will help clean up your area. You will have to wash your hands before we are finished or before you play with the blocks.